How's it going, guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel. Here today, we are on the cusp of Beta Weekend 3 for ICARUS. So if you're excited about that, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and we're going to get straight into all the information that they have released to us on Steam today. So you might have read this already. If you haven't, then hopefully I'm bringing you some more information. But here we go. Let's just delve straight into it. Welcome back, prospectors. Our next beta weekend begins on Friday, 24th September at 5 p.m. Pacific time, where you'll finally get a taste of the Arctic. Now, that is today, if you're watching this on Friday. Whoop. The Arctic has been the most anticipated biome from our community. It's home to a mammoth, polar bears, and wolves. Now, we've dealt with wolves, but a mammoth? I did not know mammoths. How did I not know that there was going to be a mammoth in this game? Freaking so excited for that. I imagine it's going to be super hard to kill. I hope so. And polar bears, I imagine, are going to be bears on steroids. If the bears needed any steroids, I don't know. Either way, everyone's divided about whether the bears should or shouldn't be as hard as they are. But polar bears, nonetheless, so that's going to be really cool too. Its own weather events like blizzards and ice caves. Ice caves are going to be wicked. The caves on this game look so good already. I can't even begin to imagine how good these ice caves are going to look. So that's right, ice caves. As portrayed in the community Twitch streams, which I don't know if you've been watching or not, but you know they have been there. They do list them in the Discord when they're on. With Dean and Laurie, simply getting into the Arctic and surviving, there is no easy feat. So it's going to be hard. Harder than before. If you thought ICARUS was hard before, it's about to take it to another level. So that's why we're going to give you a little guidance on how to get a head start on your prospects this weekend. We'll also cover exciting quality of life updates. We're going to go through some of the updates as well. And of course, some patch notes to keep you up to speed with the current state of the game. Before I go into this, one thing I must just compliment these guys on is they are so good at listening to what the community want and dealing with problems like almost straight away, it feels. So hopefully, you know, you're going to be really interested in these patch notes as well. So it says, don't just run there, prepare. You've landed in your dropship and the door opens to the forest biome, right? You step outside, you look to the closest point of entry to the Arctic. You're so excited and start running there. Wait. Hold on. There's a few things you should do first. All right, you're going to need to prepare before you head to this biome. Anyone who tried to go into the Arctic before, because they did put a little snippets of it there, if you remember in the last one, it's cold for a start. So you're gonna need to dress up and be prepared. So it says collect resources and get crafting. Just like previous beta weekends, you'll be presented with the same challenges as soon as you set foot on ICARUS. Do what you've done best and chop down trees, hunt, build a cabin, and craft necessities such as weapons and fur armor to prepare for your expedition in the cold. Fur armor. So you are going to need fur armor. And don't forget, you are going to arrive with nothing. You don't get to keep the stuff that you got in Beta Weekend 2. You're going to need to start again from nothing. So go craft some fur armor and get ready to go into the cold because you're going to need it. Determine your prospector's life-threatening needs. While the forest biome is sufficient with freshwater lakes and oxide, the Arctic is not. Craft and fill a water skin and the oxygen bladder so you can top up when needed. While you're in the Arctic, you can find ice scattered across the snowy ground, which you can melt. You may have noticed that from the last one if you found ice. And melt them down into water using a campfire, which will subsequently fill your water skin. Having an ample amount of food to satiate your hunger until your first Arctic hunt would also be smart. So we're going to need to, we can't just run into the Arctic. We're going to need to prepare in the forest biome as quick as possible. Get all those basic things. Go live in a rock. If you don't know if you saw my video about living in a rock, just go live in a rock and do these basic things and then run into the Arctic biome. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Bring supplemental resources with you. Once you're in the thick of the Arctic, having the ability to build a cabin for shelter midway to your final destination could save your life. Carry extra wood or refined materials and any other crafting benches or tables that can fit into your inventory without sacrificing your weight or other important items. If you're playing in a group, try dispersing these items among your team. In the case that you fall short of resources, caves make great safe havens and host an array of ore. So that suggests that the ice caves are still going to have ore spawned in them. So you are going to be able to get ore from in there. And also it says great safe haven. So I'm wondering if the temperature in the caves is going to be different to the temperature outside. That's something we're going to have to find out when we get there. This, obviously, you've been waiting for. This is the map. So you can see this is the blue playable area is what we had before. So this is the forest biome that we've been playing in before. This blue playable area just here. It was quite expansive. It was quite big, really. In fact, it was pretty big. And these, you see, there's 2 entry points. So there's one just here and there's one down here where you can get into the new Beta Weekend 3. And this will all be nice and freezing cold. So there's a lot of stuff in there. I imagine a lot of caves. This, as you can see, there's an entry point here that will take you to a different biome. Same, I imagine, here and here and here. Seems to be quite a lot of entry points into different biomes there. But anyway, so that's where you want to be heading. So lastly, by no means least, we'll go on to the patch notes. Now, all prospects have been cleared. However, now this is cool because we were taking the mick out of Panda, one of our friends, for leaving their character or losing their character on ICARUS itself. But it does say characters who were on drops have been returned to the station ready to head to a new prospect with their current talent and skills unlocks intact. So the prospects have been cleared. So, the ICARUS is cleared. Your bases aren't going to be there. Your stuff's not going to be there. But your character, regardless of whether you left on a dropship or not, they have decided, they've taken the proactive step to make sure that you do still get to keep your character. So if you weren't able to leave, you do still get your stuff. So that's really cool. That is cool. And it means that Panda can laugh at me now. Buildings constructed on cliff faces will no longer destroy themselves when players reload into the prospect. So that's good. Fix that bug. Animals will no longer try to path through dropships. When placing a full oxygen tank into a hotbar slot, it will now fill the player's oxygen to 100%. Brilliant. Left clicking the oxygen tank in the hotbar now consumes oxygen. That's a cool little change. Lightning can no longer destroy items inside caves. I never had that bug happen to me, but I do know a lot of people did, so that's cool. Arrows will no longer duplicate when they're recovered from skinned corpses. Players can no longer be struck by lightning while inside a house. I mean, that's quite a funny bug, but yeah, glad they fixed it. Logged out players no longer show as a dead prospector. Again, I quite enjoyed the humor behind that bug, but I'm glad they fixed it. Logged out players will no longer show as a dead marker on the map. Yeah, that was annoying. Players no longer fall through the world when reloading their prospect into a cave. That happened to me a few times. And then when I spawned, or did the fix player, it would put me somewhere else weird. So yeah, glad they fixed that one. Animals can no longer attempt to path through cave voxel coverings. Animal corpses now despawn after 10 minutes. So that's good. Animal corpses no longer respawn when the player reloads into the prospect. Repaired building pieces, so floors, walls, beams, and etc., can now also stack with newly crafted pieces inside the player's inventory. That's cool. The rifle rounds now break on hit. So rifle rounds are going to break. Quality of life updates. Modular kitchens. That sounds really good. And functional curtains. So for those of you who like to build stuff, which I think is a lot of us, that's amazing. We're going to see some really cool builds. I might even try and find the time to do something myself this weekend. By the way, guys, if you enjoy this channel, if you want all these ICARUS tips and hints and stuff, then massively appreciate if you'd give the channel a cheeky sub. I'm trying to build it from scratch. It takes some time. And of course, you can come and join me as well live. So you can watch live streams as well on youtube.com/CallumXGames. I'll put the link for that down in the description. Anyway, let's go through just the last of it. We also deployed quality of life adjustments among our developers. We enforced a relative stand down to those who worked longer hours over Beta Weekend 2. Wasn't for their hard work, the mass of hot fixes and updates they pushed through would not have been possible. As a side, this means the amount of bug fixing between beta weekends was limited. But we're more than happy with the results we have achieved. That does sound like they've achieved quite a lot as well, and with a well-rested team. See, this is what I was saying, though, about these guys. They're not just making a game and just pushing out money. It feels like they genuinely do care, both about their team and about us, the players and the community. So massive props to those guys. That's the end of it. Obviously, if you do see any bugs, then you should go and report them, as they say just down here. Constantly amazed at how well the community is utilizing the platform for feedback. And there is a link here. So it's basically icarus.featureupvote.com. Go there and report any bugs or put any suggestions that you think should be in the game in there. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. Hopefully you found it super useful. If you did, hopefully I'll see you in the next one, if not on my live streams. Either way, go have fun on Icarus, smash out Beta Weekend 2, and I will Beta Weekend 2, Beta Weekend 3. I'm too excited. I'll speak to you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye, guys.